Bad fundamentals, dropping his hands. He got caught with the right hand.
Nice. All right, come on. Excuse me, guys. It's funny, like, what's up, Tyler? Um, I don't know how to see my screen until it sends me an email. Let me turn this shit off. But I don't know how to tell until it sends me an email, and then I get to open it up. So I don't even know what you guys see before. I mean, I do, you know what I'm saying? But let's see. Oh, a little laggy tonight. That's not good. What's up, man? All right. So right now we are in round 7 of 10. 2 minutes and 5 seconds left for Greer Jr. versus Nieves or Nieves. I don't know how to say his name. But it looks like that Hispanic guy is giving Greer all he can handle. What's up, man? It's so important, bro. You gotta move your head, man. If your opponent knows where your head is all the time, it's gonna be easy to set his shots up. So you gotta move that thing. Make them think. Huh? But this has been turning out to be a pretty good fight. I think Nieves was winning for the most part, but Greer looks good. Looks like he has potential, like a lot of potential. But I definitely think he's getting outboxed right now. He's got a good active guard, you might say. I think that's the stupidest thing. Why? Why would you make Devin Haney a boxing champion? Why? Who's he beat? What? Oh my god. No, is he even gonna have to fight Loma? Like, why? I don't get it. Did I look into Israel Adesanya? Can't remember. Israel Adesanya, can't remember. What? What's up, bro? I don't know what you mean. Like a fight of his? Yeah, it's silly. I don't get it. Why? Like, I know, like, part of the reason is because Devin Haney has a pretty big crowd behind him, and you have to pay sanctioning fees. The more popular you are, the more money you get paid. So you're... Oh, Adesanya, yeah, no. I know who Adesanya is. Definitely, very, very good fighter. Very good fighter. Oh, he's landing some good punches now, too. I didn't even notice that one earlier. I guess while I was setting up. Good overhand right there. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, like, why they're pushing Devin Haney so hard. So, I don't know. He's like a decent fighter, but he's just so green. Yeah. So green. But anyway, hey, what did you guys think about the Prograis Taylor fight? Did you guys think that was a good fight? Who did you guys have winning? I had Prograis. Personally, my scorecard was 8-4. I'm not saying that was being a rocket scientist about my scoring, because I wanted to focus on the strategy and what was going on. I still failed because most of the time I was actually just reading chat and stuff. So you could disregard my scorecard, but I had Prograis winning. I thought he won pretty easily. Taylor 7-5, yeah, shit. Yeah, there were quite a few people who had it for Taylor, it just surprised me. Just surprised me. One guy sent me a message. He said that he didn't have Prograis winning one round until round 4. Robert Easter? Oh, is he fighting tonight? Is he fighting tonight? If he's on the undercard, yeah. Let me see. I'm like doing it. I'm not even watching the Nieves fight anymore. I think that guy's starting to turn it around and kind of come back. Erickson Lubin. Oh, Erickson Lubin's fighting. Man, I would like to, but I can't really cast both at the same time. That would be definitely kind of hard. And I definitely have more interest in Stevenson than I do Lubin and Easter Jr. I think he's a much better prospect. Oh, Easter Granados is on right now. Oh, dang. Okay. Yeah, that's a much better fight than this thing. Yeah, let's go watch that one, guys. So we're going to be watching Easter versus Granados right now. Ooh, looks like Easter's fighting Granados' fight right now. Who do you have winning? Seventh round, yeah. Do you guys have Easter winning? I picked him. I don't know too much about Granados, but I wouldn't pick him to beat Easter. Easter's ahead, yeah. Even though he's fighting Granados' fight. Look at how Granados' head never moves. It's always in the same spot. No power in any of his punches because of that. He never transfers his weight. Yeah. Tough guy. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Granados, for giving us such great fights. Yeah, he's cool. He's not bad. I heard some people had him beating Sean Porter, which number one blew my mind, but number two, the fact that people think that he even he won that fight blows my mind too. Yeah. Fought Sean and Danny. Yeah, Danny pieced him up though, man. Danny was rocking him. Yeah. Yeah, that really I don't want to say that surprised me. I picked Danny Garcia to win that fight too, but Shakur fights in probably an hour. I think they're having a women's fight on next. But we're watching Easter right now. Easter Granados. Definitely didn't beat Sean. Okay, cool. I didn't think so either. Danny's been getting good, man. Danny's been getting good. He's been getting much better with his counters, slipping, and coming back with shots. Yeah, actually, I thought that before the fight, Brandon Rios was going to be a tough fight for Danny, and it was a tough fight for Danny. But I really didn't. It really surprised me that he was able to knock him out with a right hand. Yeah. Oh, come on, bro. Stevenson. Stevenson's blue chip prospect, man. That he's going to be really good. Like, the fact that he's a southpaw, he's hard to fight already. He's tall. He's got sharp timing, and he trains with Crawford in them. Like, Stevenson's legit, man. He's going to be a super, super good fighter. Yeah. Huh. Easter not looking bad right now, actually. Fighting on the outside. He's not letting anything go, but he's looking good. I wonder if he could do that against somebody more his size. But he's looking actually like pretty solid right now. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, Easter fights on the inside. Which surprises me, you know, like, I mean, it takes a lot of energy to be like a big guy and move around like that, but it feels like that's something you would want to do, you know? You can get so much done with your feints because you're so big. Yeah, Easter, what were you waiting for right there, bro? Throw some punches. Don't just hold his head. What Easter needs to be doing, not cupping the head like this, but picking one side of it. So, like, if he's got his head here, he wants to get his hand on one side, hold him here, block his weight from coming into him, and then dig to the body with the other hand. Boom. Bam. Boom. And control him. Come over the top. Control. Boom. Bing. Easter never fights in the phone booth. I have Prograis winning, bro. I had him winning, like my unofficial scorecard. I had Prograis winning 8-4. I thought that 7-5 was cool. Oh, yeah, see, yeah. 4, 8, 11, 12, maybe the 10th. I thought Taylor won the 10th. I thought Taylor won 6, 7, 9, and 10. For sure. 6, 7, 9, and 10. Those were ones. And I think all the other rounds were close, and I favored Prograis' body work. Put 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yeah, man. Easter's putting it on him right now. I thought Prograis won 1, 2, and 3. Easter gonna get knocked out? For real? Damn, am I just missing it? I didn't realize anybody got hurt yet. But yeah, the Prograis fight, man, the scorecards just blew my mind. It's actually a draw or Prograis, yeah. Yeah. I think Prograis stopped going to the... I haven't rewatched it yet, but I want to. But I think Prograis stopped going to the body, and... and then... oh, nasty. But when he started going to the head, Taylor was able to slip and start doing what doing to Prograis, what Prograis was doing to Taylor. Yeah, man, I don't know. That was wild. Prograis draw, yeah. What did you like about Taylor's work? Because I thought the body shots, man. Every time Taylor was throwing a shot, Prograis was slipping that, just landing huge punches to the body, man. It's like Yeah, blew my mind that, number one, he stopped, but it was really working. I think he was able to, oh, Greer got dropped? Oh, no. I'm actually kind of low-key excited about Erickson-Lubin fight. I like that guy. I want to see that guy develop. Yeah, he kind of took a little bit of a back seat in the middle of the rounds. What's up, Salim? Canelo Kovalev? I don't know yet, bro. I don't know. That one's a tough one. I haven't talked about the Triple G fight. Sergey did fight a great fight. I think the body shots got to Triple G. I think that Dervyanchenko was slipping the right and coming with the left hook to the body and slipping the jab, coming to the left hook with the body. But I think that made Golovkin hesitant to throw his right hand, and then that meant that Derevyanchenko only had to fight and worry about the jab after that, and he does that very well, slipping around the side of him. So yeah, it was a good fight from Derevyanchenko. Derevyanchenko is a legit fighter. I think maybe the knockdown was the difference. Same thing with the Porter-Spence fight. But I never rescored that fight either. After my videos got taken down, I got so mad I didn't rewatch it. Yeah, I think Derevyanchenko is kind of, I want to call him like a poor man Canelo, but like he doesn't have the power that Canelo has, but I think he's on average better mechanically than Canelo. So I think that was basically like him fighting Canelo Part 3 already, and that's just a really tough fight for him. No, Heyman should not let Derevyanchenko fight Charlo. Charlo would get his butt kicked. That's not what he wants. That's not what he wants at all. Dervyanchenko would just spank that guy. Yeah, there's kind of been a twist in this fight. Dervyanchenko has faster feet. Yeah, faster feet. I do think he has faster hands, too. I think he's just a little bit quicker because he's a little more square and close. But that's why he has less power, too. So I think Canelo, on average, because he hits harder, is going to be a worse fight. But, yeah. Well, Dervyanchenko is a good fighter, man. I thought that he beat Jacobs. Even with the knockdown early, I thought he won that fight. So I look at him as like an undefeated fighter. Fighters with good punch technique to study. Well, Dervyanchenko, he's pretty good. What exactly are you trying to learn? I know, bro. I know. Deontay Wilder has really good punch technique. Doesn't get the credit that he deserves on there. But Dervyanchenko is a real fighter. He's not an American fighter. He's a real fighter. So, he's fought Russians. He fought Golovkin, right? I know he got dropped, but, real fighters. Real power. Fighting in the amateurs over there is just, it's no joke. Think about, Golovkin. Think about how many people hit as hard as Golovkin in the amateurs over there, but aren't as good boxers as them, right? He's got the power and the boxing technique, the IQ. But, think about how many of them just have the power that Derevyanchenko's had to fight in the amateurs. Half of them? I don't know about that many. But, I don't know. When you have, 300-something fights. But anyway. Fighters with good technique. Nonito Donaire has good technique. Naoya Inoue has very good technique. Both of those fighters are very good with their punches. Nonito Donaire, especially, watch him on the heavy bags. He's just phenomenal. Really, really, really good striking. Obviously, Kovalev. I think that Vostok has some of the best technique I've ever seen. Really, really, really good. He just needs to work on his power a little bit. I want to know what can happen, by the way, Canelo and Kovalev. Canelo and Kovalev. Well, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. Anything can happen in that fight, man. So, like, let's talk about who do we think, number one, who do we think is gonna be moving forward in Canelo versus Kovalev? Who's going forward in that fight? That is already so hard to figure out. Like, I can't figure it out. I have no idea who's going to be on the front foot. Julian Jackson? Yeah, very good. But I don't know who's going to be on the front foot. I don't know who's going to be pressing the pace. Kovalev probably doesn't fight that great going backwards. But we've had to see that so few times. You know, the only person to really do that was Andre Ward. Now, I do think Andre Ward was getting some real good work done in his second fight against Kovalev before, like, the whole nut shot thing or whatever. But if Canelo can kind of channel that and fight Kovalev like he fought Golovkin, and keep Golovkin on the back foot by using the feints, using the slips, and getting around the jab, if he can do that, maybe needs to lean on Canelo. I don't think he wants to be on the inside of Canelo because I think Canelo will be able to get to the body too easily. Because Kovalev also doesn't throw great hooks because he never transfers his weight from his front foot to his back foot. He always stays on the front foot. And I think that will be really dangerous for him. Canelo will move forward because he'll bait the jab and counter. Yeah, that's kind of what I think too. But the question is, well, we know that Kovalev is a way better fighter than Daniel Jacobs. Way better fighter. He has a way better jab. Like, remember the first fight against Andre Ward when Andre Ward was setting up the right hand pull counter over Kovalev's jab, and Kovalev shot the jab, stepped out to the side, and came back with the counter right hand? Like, Kovalev has some real game. Like, real game off the jab. He is a very, very, very seasoned jab fighter. Like, he's not trying to hit you with that thing, man. He's trying to make you move around. He's asking you questions, you know? He's like, hey, what do you think about this? Hey, boom, right? Hey, bam. But he's just super, super, super good. And I don't know where Canelo is going to go after the initial jabs. You know, I don't know what's going to be super effective for him. Thoughts on Beterbiev? I think Beterbiev's an average fighter. Average. His boxing skills, like, he's okay. But he's tough. You know, he's really, really tough. Vostok, I think, is the lightest puncher as far as, like, the highest and, like, best fighters in 175. Kovalev is number one with his right hand, and I think Bivol is number two, but he has power with both shots, so I think that he's a very dangerous fighter for Beterbiev. Even though Bivol is a smaller fighter than both of those guys. Now, I don't know if Kovalev can take the pressure from Beterbiev. I'm not sure. But I think that Kovalev will completely outbox Beterbiev all the way up until he gets knocked out. If he gets knocked out. But I don't know who I would pick. But I would pick Bivol. I would pick Bivol to really mess Beterbiev up. But I don't know. I'm not a big Beterbiev fan. Well, that's not true. I'm a big fan. I'm not going to miss his fights. But I don't think he's got the most skill. That's all. Beterbiev is on steroids. I guess he might be, yeah. He is freaking huge. The Hawk was accurate. I think that's how guys like him and Tommy Hearns had such great power. Some of the power comes from accuracy and shot placement. I think it's technique. It's technique. Both of them had, like, well, Tommy Hearns has, like, probably hands down the best technique I've ever seen. You know, he's just such a pretty fighter, too. Just absolutely amazing. It sucks that Sugar Ray Leonard winds up being the one that comes out on top of that that era, because I don't even think he was even close to the best. Beterbiev's strength and durability is, strength and durability, I agree. But his boxing skill, average. So maybe those two put together make him above average. But I don't really think Beterbiev's like the greatest fighter. Yeah. They testing the use of steroids and Better didn't get caught. Calm down. Okay. I'm joking, Vostok fan. Uh-oh, what did you say, bruh? What'd you say? Oh. I got Better Beef stopping Bivol. Ooh. I think it's going to be a good fight. And to be honest, Better Beef could do it. Like, if you're here and we're chatting about it, yeah. I'm going to be like, sure, Better Beef could have beat Vostok. Of course that can happen, right? But for my channel, like for my boxing videos and film study, you always have to go with the boxing smarts, the ring IQ. That's what I want people to learn. I want people to understand about boxing. So, but anyway, a lot of noise about Devin Haney versus Loma. Yeah, garbage. I think that would be a terrible fight for Devin Haney. It would be so bad for his career, it wouldn't even be funny. And it would be so embarrassing and one-sided that it couldn't even be like a free roll. Like where you're just like, oh, well, he lost to Mayweather. It's cool. Don't worry about it. But Yard had success against Kovalev when he was moving forward. A little bit, but he was still eating big shots. I do agree, Boxing Virus. Leonard did beat Hearns, prime versus prime. But, number one, that was 15-round fight, right? That's insane. That's a lot, right? Maybe we could still do 15 rounds. But if it was 12 rounds, Thomas Hearns would have won that fight, right? Wasn't it in the 13th round or something? But anyway, that's true. Skills don't always win. Sometimes, like Kovalev got lazy in his Eleider Alvarez fight. But I'll always go with skills. Always. 100%. Like, I don't know. You just have to. Do I think Canelo stays at 175 if he beats Kovalev? No, I don't think so. I think he goes up to heavyweight and fights Deontay Wilder. No, just kidding. He's going to go down to 125 and fight Naoya Inoue. I don't know what Canelo's going to do, man. I have no idea. Does Pac fight Danny? No, I don't think so. Danny's fighting Spence, isn't he? Spence is going to duck a rematch with Porter because that's fucking crappy fight for him. And yeah, maybe Pac will fight Porter. That'd be great. I would love that. I think that'd be sick. Who got more power, Canelo or Kovalev? Oh, come on, bruh. Kovalev got that killer power, man. Kovalev's just an assassin with that right hand. J-Rock versus Canelo. Yo, low-key, that's a dope-ass fight, man. And that fight would never happen. I don't know how J-Rock's going to get fights. People be disrespecting that guy like he don't know how to fight. That guy's insane. He's so good. He is so good. Spence is more banged up than what was reported. Oh, no, that sucks. I guess they got to do that for his boxing career. They can't let people know that he's injured. Mess with his rep or whatever. I don't know how to say it. Like, if people think he's a done product, might hurt his stocks or something. His endorsements. There you go. Porter has a style to beat Pac-Man. It'd be interesting. That'd be an interesting fight. But but Porter gets hit too much on the inside. He gets too open, real wide. So I'm not sure about that because Pacquiao is real short with his shots, right? Just tink, tink. Danny Garcia versus Spence might not happen. Oh, interesting. I heard it was basically signed before. Let's see. All right, the women are coming. Who's next on the Granados card? Does anybody know? I'm not sure if I want to watch that one or I want to watch the women. Nah, I don't think so. I think Crawford will get a big fight soon. I think he'll get a big fight soon for sure. Well, I don't know, actually, because Pacquiao's not top ranked now anymore. So, I don't know. I don't know how long it'll take, but I don't think they can postpone it that long. But Hart's brawled with Hagler? What? Hart's? Hearns brawled. He did. I know. You know what? I got a soft spot for Tommy Hearns. I think he's the best. But Tank Allegra, yeah, man, I gotta do something. Bud might move up to 54 and fight Carlos. Oh, interesting. I don't think he should fight J-Rock. I think that would not be a good fight. Yeah, that would be a tall order, man. J-Rock is legit. J-Rock he's on that A-level fighters. Like, he's a legit guy. Let's see. Does anybody know who's next on the show? Oh, I'll just Google that shit. Erickson. Boom, boom, boom. Start time, undercard, no. Maybe this will tell me. Oh my god. So useless. Alright. Well, one of those fights is about to start. Okay. Erickson Lubin's on right now. So we're going to watch the Erickson Lubin fight first. We're not going to watch the women fight, even though I think the women boxing is pretty fun too. But yeah, I'm really curious about Erickson Lubin. I wonder how long until that fight's going to start, though. So I will be watching the ladies. Ooh! Zamora coming out blazing. So we've got Meyer fighting on the front foot, but she's got her lead hand down. So she's fighting on the heel of her front foot, the ball of her back foot, and off of the back foot completely. I don't know if that would be... Oh, she is knocking that girl around now. Ooh. Alright, she looks good, ref. Come on. God damn, that girl's a monster. She's so big. Oh, catching her with the left hook. Alright, well, Zamora went down early, but she's game. Looks like she's really here to... Oh my goodness. Yeah, she's doing a great job with the head movement. How do you call this? Well, both of them have pretty active guards. Some decent feinting. Great active guard from Zamora. She's not moving her head off the line enough, though, only using her hands. But it's really tough to gain enough real estate against someone with the kind of reach that she has if she's going to allow her to be on the front foot. Especially if you're not feinting her and asking her to get out of position. Yeah, it looks like Meyer's just looking to load up anyway, so she might wind up walking into some more counterpunches from Zamora. What the? Oh, 2-minute rounds. 2 minutes. Let's open that chat back up. Hearns could never beat Barkley. Yeah, I've seen those fights. How does Crawford match up with the 154-pound division? I think Crawford's too small for the 154-pound guys. I don't think he should move up there. Yeah, he needs to fight someone at 147. I agree. Ooh, big shot. The best. Cool, man. Thank you. Hearns could have beat Hagler if he boxed instead of brawled. Yeah. I agree. Look legendary against Hurd. Yeah. We haven't seen full outside game. Oh, man. Shit, I forgot. Crawford was smart. He would wait after his top rank to fight Spence. Yeah. I wonder how long his record is, or his contract is there. Boxing Ego banned you for disagreeing with them? Oh. Well. Yeah, I don't know what that guy knows about boxing. I'm not sure. I heard Crawford could sign with TMT. I hope not. Then a fight with Spence would be a lot easier to make. That's true. Crawford has 147 to worry about. Yeah. Yeah, man. Josh Taylor got kind of smacked up. Can Wilder beat an alien heavyweight? An alien heavyweight? Like Bernard Hopkins? Alright, so Zamora and Meyer. Zamora's doing some good job controlling Meyer, keeping her on her front foot, not allowing her to set up her shots. Alien by TK. I don't know what y'all talking about. Ooh, Zamora a little slow on her weight transitions, though. Getting stuck on the line for like 2 or 3 punches with this really gigantic thing. How did this girl make the same weight? I have no idea. She's just getting pounded, though. Oscar in his prime? Oscar who? Oh, Oscar De La Hoya as the best ever. You know, I think Oscar was one of the greatest competitors of all time. I think that for sure. Fighting Shane Mosley twice. You know, losing both fights. But fighting everyone that he could from any weight division. Tito Ortiz. Or not Tito Ortiz. Felix Trinidad. Tito Ortiz. Moving up to fight Bernard Hopkins. You know, very good competitor. You know, fought Manny Pacquiao, fought Floyd Mayweather, but he just lost to all of those guys. You know? Every one of those guys beat him. And not close. Well, I mean, the Bernard Hopkins fight was close-ish, you know. But Pacquiao annihilated him. And Mayweather, you know, it was pretty standard issue. Teofimo Lopez versus Devin Haney. Devin Haney better stay off of YouTube, man. You think so? You know, I rewatched that fight, and I didn't score it, but I remember thinking something similar like that. I rewatched it like just a few months ago. I kind of went on a De La Hoya kick, because actually, you know, I don't think he's the best ever, but De La Hoya is like, I actually think he's a legit fighter. He's really fun to watch. No, Muhammad Ali's not overrated. No. According to both of them, they dominated. I don't trust Devin Haney, though. I've seen him sparring. I've seen him fighting, and he's never shown any, like, real elite level stuff. Ali's a genuine, like, great fighter. Very, very, very good. He's good. He's good. Legacy-wise, no. Wait, what's your opinion? Overrated. I think he's good. I think he's a good fighter. I think that he would slow down a lot in his fights, and he'd be easier to catch easier. I also think that the rope-a-dope, legitimately, even though it won, is the stupidest strategy I've ever heard. I would never tell that. Even if I knew it had a 100% chance to win, I would never tell someone to do that. But he's a good fighter. David B? David Branch? Who's David B? Oh, David Benavidez. Oh, Benavidez smokes him. At 168 too? Yeah, smokes him. Oh, Kimura is lighting her up now. I don't know if I would have her winning any of these rounds, but... Man, the comments are just so hard to keep up with and to watch the fight. Yeah, I do think that Anthony Sims Jr. is very good. He has very, very good technique. Really, really good technique. And that might be one of the worst things for him, is that his technique is so good. Because it's going to mean he's going to beat a lot of people that might actually know more about boxing than him. And that might mean that he gets really schooled by the first elite boxer that he fights. Because with his technique being so good, he's just going to have that little bit of an edge. But I wonder how much power he has. You know, I know he has some knockouts, but I don't really see him going for shots, you know. That's an actual fight in the works with Charlo versus Benavidez. Wow. That's a mistake. Oh, that's a fight. That's a fight probably worth betting on. I'm going to do a video on that. Maybe I'll bet on that fight. I don't know who I would imagine being the betting favorite. Probably Charlo, because Benavidez is so untested, but man, Benavidez is legit. And this women's fight is like smoking, you guys. I don't know if you guys are checking this out. Meyer versus Zamora, but that Zamora chick is legit. He doesn't set his punches up super well, you know. Like, I don't know what he's seeing in there, you know. So, oh my goodness, they are just cracking each other. But yeah, I don't know if he's gonna learn enough about fighting, right? Because like the art of striking and moving around in the ring is different than the art of boxing. Those are two different ideas, and what you need to do is merge them, merge those two skills. What is one thing you can train to get more power into your shots? Well, first off, Salim, do you equally use the heavy bag, the speed bag, and the double end bag? You got to use all three. Now, a lot of people think that the speed bag is for like finesse, right? Or speed. But like, what really is speed, right? But those are all just striking tools. It's not about speed and power and this and that, you know. I kind of think about like the heavy bag for being body shots. I think about the double end bag being for headshots, and then the speed bag is to work your rhythms and work the flow and the fluidity of your weight transitions. And you can get a lot of power in there too, but you have to use all three of them all the time to develop good power and a good understanding of striking, right? And those are different ideas than boxing. Striking is different. So you use those tools to learn to strike. And then you spar and you shadow box to learn to fight. Diaz versus Masvidal. I got Masvidal 3 rounds to 2. I think Masvidal wins the first 3 rounds, I think. And then Diaz wins the last 2. But Masvidal might also, or Diaz might also win the 3rd round or win the 1st round. So those are swing rounds, I think. But I think Masvidal comfortably wins the 2nd. You know, but I think it'll be like 2 rounds to 3, close fight. Yeah, use all 3 equally. Spence feels that the speed bag is overrated. Yeah, that explains a lot, actually. Yeah, that's really interesting. That's exactly why he doesn't have the kind of power that he should. Do you think that Loma stole his footwork from Tess? Footwork is just footwork, bro. Yeah. That's just the way that it works. All right, I think we're moving over to the Erickson Lubin Nathaniel Gallimore fight. So if you guys are watching the fights along, they're announcing Nathaniel Gallimore right now. But yeah, what? He thinks that the speed bag is overrated? Oh my goodness. Maybe nobody just ever taught him how to use it. That's wild. Chisora versus Usyk? No, Usyk is big favorite, yeah. For sure. Yeah, the purpose of the speed bag again. Yeah, I'm watching Lubin Rock Sports. The speed bag. So it's gonna help you get your timing, right? It's not. You're not just so like. Oh god, the speed bag is really complicated. Like, not really complicated, but how do you say it? It's a striking tool. You know, you're practicing putting your power into a space in this little space right here. And you're just smacking it, pop, 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 pop. You know, don't think about the bag, right? And that'll, you know, the bag is like kind of, what the bag does is kind of a result of your strike, and it's not really. How do you want to say this? The bag is going to get you, the speed bag is going to get you the turnover space, right? Because you're going to rotate into the shots. So it's going to help you learn to turn your shots over, right? Because this motion, right? But you have to hit the speed bag in many different positions. So not only here over your left shoulder, right? Which is going to be more likely. Yeah, I'm going to do commentary during the fight. But this is going to be more like akin to like a southpaw, right? Or over your right shoulder, like conventional fighter, right? Because your backhand is in the back, or your right hand is in the back. But you also need to be crossing your weight and shooting and throwing punches from different positions. Because when you're throwing them on the front foot only, you're only learning to rotate your hips and your punches on one position. You also need to do that and learn how to do that on the back foot as well. So it's a striking tool. You have to put all of them together to really understand how throwing a punch properly works. All right, Erickson Lubin versus Nathaniel Gallimore. So they're coming out orthodox versus southpaw. Lubin is circling to the right, which would normally be into Gallimore's power. But it doesn't matter if you do that as long as you know that you're doing it. But they're both looking to control the lead hand. But Gallimore is the one that's feinting. Now they're setting up timings, it looks like. Or Gallimore, it looks like, is setting up a timing. Whereas Lubin looks like he's already trying to land a shot. Yeah, Lubin's already looking to throw and land shots. So he's not spending as much time setting his shots up as Gallimore. Which leads me to believe that Gallimore is going to be the one that landing the first shot. Yeah, see, Gallimore is doing more feinting. Now, Lubin's doing the right thing, trying to control that lead hand. And that means that when Gallimore exposes his weight transition by leaning into an attack, that Lubin will have the upper hand. Because he'll be controlling the first initial attack, the lead hand. So he should see the attack coming, but we'll see. Now, one thing I want you to notice, Lubin's head is sitting in one spot. He's not transitioning his weight to the front foot as he moves around. He's kind of sitting in one position, which means that Gallimore is going to have a really easy time actually setting up his right hand. Yeah, so I'm not sure what it is that Lubin thinks he's doing. It doesn't look like he knows what information that he's looking for right now. He is controlling the lead hand of his opponent, but he's not doing anything with that information, right? So when you touch gloves with your opponent so many times, you need to start setting up other patterns to get around that hand. Okay, now he's starting to transfer his weight from his back foot to his front foot. So he might be looking to set up a straight left hand now, but it's still very slow going. It doesn't look like Erickson Lubin is actually learning anything from his opponent in the first round. So I'm not sure where he's going with his strategy right now. Okay, maybe he's baiting the counter right hand. A lot of posturing, but a lot of, not really, I don't think he knows what he's doing at the moment. Not a lot of craft, I'll say. Ooh, and Gallimore almost landing his straight right hand there. Pretty even round, though. Yeah, pretty even round. Canelo versus Kovalev. Yeah, I've just been going on, there's been a lot of stuff going on my channel, a lot of other stuff, so I'm not really sure. I don't want my videos to get taken down. Canelo stuff is always kind of iffy. But if Spence doesn't use the speed bag, that's a very, very important aspect of striking that he's not getting. It's very, very, very important that you use it. Yeah, I think the double in bag is really good. So predicting where to punch, yes, exactly, right? Because that's going to be where you're going to be moving your head around. Boom, bang, 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 boom. But the double in bag is supposed to help you for your coordination and your weight transfer for throwing headshots. You really want to be controlling that. Tap, 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 tap. Yes, that is why he lacks snap. Because the speed bag is for your snap, right? Pop, 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 boom, 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 boom. Every time you transition your weight, you're snapping, you're throwing your weight into the bag. No, it's a striking tool. It's to help you learn how to strike. There are real. He never used it? Oh my goodness. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense why he has such good body shots. And he doesn't have a lot of head KOs unless they're really close, really tight in. But not a lot of. Alright, so round 2, Lubin coming up. We're at 2:15, 2:13, 2:12, 2:11, 2:10 of the second round. Not a lot going on. Lubin's using kind of feint, take lead foot dominance and attack style of offense, but he's not doing a lot with it. He's actually not pressing forward. He's being controlled by his opponent because it looks like he wants to fight on the front foot, but he keeps circling back to the back foot. Landing a decent shot there, but... Some lead hand control. Lubin getting put out of position against the ropes. Luckily doesn't have to pay for it there. It does look like Lubin is technically just a little bit better than his opponent. His opponent doesn't actually look to be transferring his weight to his back foot either. He's fighting really, really sideways for some reason. Well, Lubin starting to do some good counters. Some lead hand control. Man, I can't stop reading the comments. Some good probing from Lubin. So he's starting to find a timing in which he can attack. And I think it's on Gallimore's front foot. When Gallimore steps on his front foot, he's looking to attack. So Lubin's slipping to the outside now. Yeah, I'm really confused, actually. So it didn't really look like Lubin was able to take the lead hand control away from Gallimore. It didn't look like that was going on. But for some reason, Gallimore stopped using the lead hand control and is allowing him to walk in and get feinted. He wants to use his length. You have Lubin fall short. He wants to use his left. You have Lubin fall short. I don't know. Santa Cruz versus Tank Davis? I'm not sure. Are they going to fight? Well, that might happen. Oh, he's fighting Gamboa. That's a tough fight. I don't know if that was a smart fight for him. Gamboa's a legit threat if he gets up for you. But in that fight, Gallimore stopped using lead hand control. And because he doesn't have that control, he's only using his active guard. Lubin's more effectively able to feint him with his, mediocre feints. Because he's already out of position after he gets feinted the first time. All right, how long until... All right, round 3 starting. 252, 251, 250, 249, and 248 of round 3. Lubin Gallimore. So again... Lubin's controlling him with the lead hand. Oh, I meant Gallimore to use his length. Okay, I see. So again, Lubin is the one controlling the space, right, with his lead hand. And he's controlling Gallimore's lead hand with his lead hand. And that's going to break the layers of Gallimore's, not only his offense, but his defense as well. Ooh, that was a big shot. And again... We've noticed that Lubin doesn't move his head. He's not moving his head off the line. He's not transitioning his weight as he takes his steps. So because of that fact, every time he takes a step, he's vulnerable in the same position. As you can see, every time he takes a step, his head stays in the same spot. So he has to rely on blocking punches because he can't slip them. And you can see he's not even trying to block. But luckily for him... Gallimore's not controlling him with the lead hand, and he's very easily feinted, because if he doesn't respect the feints from Lubin, he might wind up getting caught with a huge shot. So because Lubin keeps feinting him and is able to keep him at bay with the jab, Gallimore's having a very tough time actually finding time to set his shots up. Again, Lubin just using very basic feints right now, and that's because he has control of the space between him and Gallimore. Now, I'm not sure... I don't think Gallimore's looking to counter anyway, but he's also not really setting his shots up either. So if you look at what Gallimore's doing in this round, aside from landing that straight right hand, it's a whole lot of nothing. Again, very basic feints there from Lubin. Again, very basic feints with the lead hand into the body shot. Oh, there you go. A counter from Gallimore finally coming out. And a right hook. And definitely exactly what I feel is the right punch for him. The speed bag is incredibly important, bro. It's incredibly important. Again, Lubin using the control of the space that he has to feint and then just throw one left hand to the body. Not really showing a lot of growth for the rounds and what's going on in the fight, which leads me to believe that he would. Sorry, would I ever do a video of Mayweather's and Spence's fights? I have done a few of Spence's fights before. Oh, Olive. Do a video of Olive? Boner, you have no class. Come on. do a video of all of Mayweather's and Spence's fights. I wanted to do some, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh, Dan Moretti, go punch it, man. Punch that shit. Yeah. It's going to help you get the rhythm and timing of your body. Because you need to constantly be transitioning your weight when you're hitting the speed bag. So I had some really weird stuff happen at my gym, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. But I was actually going to be taking some videos of me hitting the speed bag. But the speed bag is incredibly important. Have you done the knuckle side, knuckle side, knuckle side, knuckle side? Very important for crossing over. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so Gallimore, again, not feinting. He's not controlling the space between him. And Lubin has all the control with his feints here, finding ways to set his punches up. But he's not really getting rewarded. All of a sudden, he is rewarded. Lands a great right hook. Whoa, that was weird. Why would they stop the action right there? That's awful. I mean, I guess he lost his mouthpiece, but oh, yep, it's looking like it's over. Gallimore's not moving his head at all either. I'm not sure what he's looking to accomplish, but he's just getting blasted right now. And again, he's not controlling the space between him and his opponent. He has no active guard, so all of Erickson Lubin's feints are really effective right now. Super effective. No, it is not illegal to throw a right hand to the bicep. Actually, if you fight a guy who has really good control, and he's like good feinting, good probing, and good physical control, you absolutely want to punch them in the bicep. Just punch him in the arm anywhere. Wreck him. Because you're never going to beat that guy if he's really good. 10 Goose and Van Nuys and Gleason's in New York City. Not? Oh. Well, the speed bag is incredibly important, bro. Most people think about it like a dessert, but it's really a main course. The dessert in boxing is when you get to punch your opponent in the face. No other time do you get dessert. Everything else is work. Unless you have fun. Like, I think it's fun. Yeah, Gallimore not feinting. He's not really setting his shots up. He's just kind of trying to press Lubin, and he's not really able to make anything happen here. He has no layers to his offense because of the lead hand control that Lubin used early in the fight. And I'm not sure what Gallimore's thinking right now. You know, he's in the same position that Lubin was in the second round, or in the first round, he just didn't know what he was doing. Lubin telegraphing his shots there. That was super obvious. What is that guy doing? A probe is like kind of like a feint, but you're kind of more committing. You're really looking for the reaction, right? That's what it's for. It's for the reaction. So like if you feint your opponent and then they go, "Oh shit, I got to catch the shot." Whoo, right? That's a feint. You shot that shot, and now they gave you the reaction. Your probe is to ask them to do that reaction again, right? So you know they're going to do it, so you go probe, right? Pop. Then they give you the reaction, and then you throw your real punch. But the probe is the feint right before the attack that you make, right? So you use however they react to your probe to set up your next punch. What size speed bag do you like? I use a peanut. I'm not sure what size it is. There's a couple of them. There were two at my gym, and I kind of wanted to talk about this. Actually, it looks like Erickson Lubin's going to start smacking Gallimore up pretty well. Gallimore he's not doing a lot. So I kind of wanted to ask you guys. So at my gym, it's open from like 4:30 to 8, Monday through Friday. It's open a couple of the mornings in the during the week. I think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. But also only for a couple hours, like 3 hours in the morning and then 4 hours in the evening. And in the evening is usually when I go. Sometimes I'll go Saturdays in the mornings. The weekdays in the mornings are tough because I have work. But there's a class as soon as I get there. It starts at like 4:30. Then I think there's a class at 5:30. And then at 7:30 or 7 or 6:30. I don't know. There's like 3 classes in that 4-hour window. And anyway, the classes are like an hour long or so. There's like 40 minutes or 45 minutes. Anyway, there's not a lot of time in between classes. And when I go, I want to use a speed bag. But it's loud, right? And I know it's loud. But when else am I supposed to use it? So is it rude of me to use the speed bag during the class? And I wait for them to use the heavy bags. So like there's also not that many heavy bags, right? There's like, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's like 9 heavy bags in the gym, maybe 10, but I think it's 9. 2 speed bags, and the class will have like maybe 15 people, 20 people. So I don't know. There's already not enough heavy bags for each person, so they're already doubling up. And anyway, I don't know. They were complaining about me using the speed bag during the classes, but I don't know when else am I supposed to use it, because they're never open. If the speed bag wasn't supposed to be used, then they shouldn't have one, right? So here's the problem that I have. When I first signed up for this gym, they didn't have any speed bags. None. And their double end bag, the only one they have at this gym is crap. It's like a little foam ball on a string, like a nylon string that just goes back and forth. But there's a hole in the middle of it. And so it doesn't sit on the little cone it's supposed to. No one's ever complained, like the students don't complain. It only feels like the coach complains, because like if it's during the boxing class and they do the boxing class by round, right? It's like, oh, here's 3 minutes. Here, do your 1-2s, or do your 1-2-3s, or do this slip drill, right? Or do this drill. How hard is it to explain that you have a drill going on, right? Like, even if the class, I know I might just being a dick. I could be just being a dick. I'm not sure, right? But like, in theory, like, how hard is it to be like, hey guys, we're going to do 1-2s. What? We're going to do 1-2. Hey, he's hitting the speed bag. I can't hear you. So you just go up to the heavy bag and you go, right? Everything that you're going to communicate, you can communicate with your hands, right? You have to tell them how to do the technique, so why not show them? Anyway, I'm probably just being a dick. But it sounds like my gym sucks. So anyway, I wound up buying speed bags for the gym. I paid for them with my own money. For 6 months I worked out here asking him when he's going to get a speed bag. And I was just like, man, fuck it, dude. I'll just buy them myself. So I bought them. People love them. And I'm the only one that he complains about using it. There are other people that come in and use them all the time. But I'm the only one. Maybe it's because I'm a dick. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. Should I not be expected to be able to use the speed bag in a boxing gym? Right? Like, in a boxing gym? I don't know. I guess since chat got really quiet, it means I am just being a dick and no one wants to tell me. So, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. I don't know what I'm going to say to him when I talk to him. Because I don't know if I should work out there. If they don't have speed bags, right? They don't have double in bags. You guys should spar me and the coach. I don't have a favorite coach in boxing. Maybe Tyson Fury's coach. I think that guy's cool. Have you got abs? No, I don't have abs. I got injured in a fight, not a fight, but a sparring session a few years ago, and I've been pretty messed up for a long time. My email is just my name at gmail.com. Shoot me an email there. But yeah, it's just kind of awkward, and I don't know. I think the coach wants me to so anyway, he took the speed bags down. So he took the speed bags down because he doesn't want them using them. He doesn't want me using them in class. But when am I ever supposed to use them, you know? I don't know. It's super frustrating, to be honest, because I felt like I was finally just starting to get back into the groove of things. But anyway, round 6 is almost over of Lubin Gallimore, and it looks like that it looks like Lubin's still dominating the fight. Oh, I paid for one of them. He had a title one that he wound up buying himself because he didn't like one of my other ones. But yeah, he took my own speed bag away from me. He has it behind his desk. Ditch that, Jim. You know what though, man? The coach, he's cool. He's a nice guy. I think he's got a little bit of an ego, but I don't know. It's kind of frustrating, to be honest. I feel like it's a personal thing against me, but I usually have that feeling. So. Oh, so there's this place in my area called the Arena MMA, and I used to train there back in 2012, and I was sparring some heavyweight, but we weren't sparring, we were shadow sparring. We're not even supposed to be fucking hitting each other, and this guy, he's just being a dick, and he's throwing big hard shots, and at the end of the third round, I throw a 1-2-3, and I start pivoting off of the line, and he steps on my foot, and I get stuck, and I wide open like this, and this guy's a freaking heavyweight. He weighs 240 pounds, and I weigh 140. He's a big dude. And anyway, he lands a left hook to my body, and I just hit the ground, just immediately. I'm on the ground, and I tore my whole abdomen. So it was pretty awful, and it took, I'm still dealing with that injury. If you build it up, I'm sure some boys will show up. Oh, it sounds like garage time. Oh, yeah. Actually, did he feel bad, the guy who knocked me down? No, dude, that guy was a super dick. Actually, when I hit the ground, I didn't get back up. It took me a minute to get up. And it took me 3 months before I could even sleep. I had to sleep on my back. I couldn't move. I couldn't open doors because I couldn't pull the door open. It took years to heal, before I could even start doing crunches or doing any running or anything. It was horrible. And no, he hit me on the left side of my core, on my abs, and it just tore the muscle. When I would touch it, when you touch sushi or salmon, it felt like that. I couldn't even feel that I was touching myself. That's how damaged all of the damage was. Or that's how bad all the damage was. But yeah, I never went back to the gym. I never went back. I couldn't go to the gym. I couldn't even barely move. And that was for 3 months straight. I could barely walk. It was excruciating. I'll tell you what, I've been thinking about going back to that gym, and if I saw that stupid motherfucker, I would knock his goddamn block off, I would. Fractured rib in sparring? Yeah, man, it's no joke, dude. My first amateur fight, I had 2 broken ribs. The guy was way bigger than me, and he had, it was my first amateur fight, and that was that guy's 5th or 6th amateur fight, and he just, wrecked me. Oh man, that sucks, Dan. That sucks ass. I would, if some guy did that to me, man, I would go step on his goddamn leg. I would fuck that guy up. That's horrible. Take steroids and rip him open. Oh man. All right, where's the Stevenson fight at? You coming out? Come on, bruh. Stevenson practice fighting on the front foot. All right, I like it. My doctor, bro. Are you kidding, man? I was like just getting back on my feet. Before that, I was homeless for like 2 years. So, doctor, yeah, right. I Googled the shit out of that and figured it out myself. But no, you're right. Yeah, steroids. Very, very common for injuries. It's definitely something I should have considered. But to be honest, I didn't expect it to take that long. And like I'm still dealing with it because I'm still trying to relax my core so I can kind of move around and stuff. I sparred my coach slot due to nobody showing up on Fridays. You spar your coach a lot. That's cool, man. I sparred with my coach one time, and it was terrifying. I didn't feel comfortable throwing punches at him because I didn't want him to mess me up, man, because he was a big dude. It was so weird. Shakur Stevenson is... Yeah, that's so weird, Mr. Panch. How did you become homeless? Isn't that too personal? Well, I was like living at the boxing gym for a while, trying to train to be like a pro fighter, but I just had a lot of issues, man. Me and my parents didn't get along for a long time, and I don't know, just life is hard, man. Life is hard. I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to like make you guys listen to that garbage, but it was a rough life. Shakur and Joette almost on. Yeah, man, I can't wait. I can't wait. Actually, I've been thinking about going back down to that gym, the arena. I really like those people. I thought they were really cool. I'm cool now, man, Martin. I'm cool now. Actually, when I got injured, like a little while after, I went to massage therapy school to learn massage therapy. I wanted to be a physical therapist and learned a lot about muscles and, scar tissue and, that kind of stuff. And I've been doing a lot of workouts myself, doing a lot of really great stuff, invading like kind of my own massage techniques to build muscle and strength. And it's been a really, really fun and interesting experience. So I'm definitely on the right path with that. But there's not a lot they can do if you have a torn muscle, except for give you a net. And what they're going to do if they have to give you a net inside there to hold it together is that they have to cut you open anyway. And if they put that mesh net in there, then you always have to worry about that moving around or tearing or pulling off of the net when you move or you make motions that tighten or contract your core. So I think overall, if I ever wanted an opportunity to compete in sports again, that avoiding that type of injury, that type of surgery was very, very, very important. The bad blood? What's the bad blood going on with Shakur? Thank you, Mr. Moretti. Appreciate it, man. Again, now, Lubin, again, not moving his head now. We're in round 8, and I thought he knocked this guy out in round 6, so this is interesting. It looks like the Joker. You're a savage, bro. You know what he kind of looks like? I don't want to say. Oh, yeah. They're coming out. All right. Not too long. Not too long. Come on, Lubin. You got to move your head when you make those slips, bro. You can't just rely on that shit. Lubin controlling the space. Controlling the space. Looks like his opponent has picked up his guard a little bit. Started feinting again. Man, that might have started turning out to be like a pretty good fight. Shakur messing with the man's sister, and the man's sister looks like a caveman. That's savage. He's taking her for a ride. Lubin fight was boring to you? Yeah? Yeah, they're not doing a lot, you know? It looks like there's like a little bit of back and forth between who has the control and who doesn't, but that's because neither one of them know enough about having control to really seize it from the other fighter. You know, it's not a lot of effort for either one of them to get it back, so the fight's just kind of meandering on. Thank you, man. I'm working on it, yeah, so hopefully. Let's see. I still see Stevenson walk into the ring. Let me pause that stream and reopen it. Maybe I'm just a little bit behind. Yeah, I'm going to close the Lubin fight now. Oh my god. All right. Stevenson still walking to the ring. Andre Ward and Crawford. Man. Oh, man. Yo, what's up, man? Do I have a link tonight? I'm not allowed to give that stuff away, man. That could be bad for me. Yeah, man. Did you have Prograis winning that fight? I did. I had him winning pretty handily, too. You had Taylor beating him? Jeez. Cool, man. I'm not going to check it on stream, though, okay? Oh, man, my computer is laggy right now. Oh. Yeah, man, sweet setup, bro. That's pretty cool. I might suggest getting one of your bags, the heavy bags, in the middle of the room. That way you can really work around it. Because you don't just want to just swing into it, tot, 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 tot. But you want to be able to move around. Move around and work the bag, right? Hit it, tot, tot, right? Do, 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 do. Move around in a circle and really control it with a lot of space. You'll get really, really, really good with your footwork if you try that, Jonathan Sims. So like maybe one of those bags, either the uppercut one or the heavy bag in the middle. But something so you can walk around and move around and shove the bag around. Really work it. Because that's where you're going to get your best work, right? Is working the bag and not letting it work you. Yes, Shakur Stevenson. So they're introducing Joette Gonzalez right now. Lubin performance, pretty basic. Didn't look great. Looks like he's got a lot to learn. He was fighting a strong guy, but not enough setting up his shots. Not enough taking advantage of the fact that he had complete control of the space when he did. You know, he could have just walked in there and just thrown huge punches. The guy wasn't even moving his head for a lot of it. So, but his opponent could have done the same to him. So I don't know, just kind of basic. Yeah, just kind of basic. He went out there and did what he had to do. Yeah, Lubin not impressive, no. Do I think Stevenson helped Joette get the fight for the money? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. It also might have just been an easy fight to get going because they might be in the same area, so. Introducing Stevenson, and you know what I like about Stevenson? How was the first half? I didn't watch the first half. Started watching the sixth. So the first half, I had the first the first 5 rounds for Prograis. Someone in chat gave him the 4th round, Taylor. I thought it was close. That one could have gone either way for me, for sure. But I still favored Prograis. And then 6 and 7, Taylor dominated those ones. But 6, 7, 8, 9 for Taylor. I know I had 6, 7, 9, 10 for Taylor. I don't remember about 8. I thought that one was close, but I can see 6, 7, 8, 9 for Taylor. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 for Taylor. But 11 and 12 for Prograis, for sure. Yeah, and then I gave him like 5 of the first, I don't know, it was like 7 to 5 rounds, something like that. But I wasn't super high on the scoring. Anyway, Shakur Stevenson, Joet, Gonzalez starting right now. 56, 55, 54, 53. Now, Stevenson's fighting on the front foot, slowly transitioning his weight from one foot to the other, and immediately looking to counter. So that at the speed at which he's looking to counter already, you can kind of just guess that they have a lot of experience sparring, probably. Now, his opponent's doing a good job of transitioning his weight and coming forward through his blocks and his guards. So we're going to have to see how Stevenson feints and opens that guard up. Okay, so right now, it looks like when he transfers his weight from the back foot to the front foot, Stevenson is looking to catch him with the right hook, or with a left hook, as he transfers his weight from his back foot to his front foot. That's one of the punches he's looking to catch him with. Controlling him with the jab, looking to stick that shot. Okay, timing him with the shot to the body. Now, instead of going with the left hand, the left hook, when he transfers his weight from his back foot to the front foot, he's going to try and catch him with a left hand to the body instead. Really high-paced chess match going on right now. I think Stevenson needs to be doing a little bit more feinting, though, because it does look right now that in spite of the fact that he has the upper hand, his opponent is the one that has control over him. He's doing all of the transitions right now, disguising a decent right hand to the body, but not really able to make anything up off of it. Getting controlled now by Stevenson with that lead glove. But really high technical fight so far. Joet doing much better than I think probably a lot of people really expected him to. I'm not sure. I don't know how. I mean, you would kind of be, Salim, you'd kind of be matching their feints in that regard, and you kind of want to control their feints. It doesn't matter whether they're moving necessarily faster than you, as long as you can get a handle on them and get them into the direction that you want them to. All right, Stevenson starting to open up with some 1-2s, not committing to the jab, just kind of tossing it out there to sneak in a straight left hand. Stevenson doing a decent job of feinting and controlling his opponent in spite of the fact that he is threatening so many positions. Now, Shakur knows that he's only actually really in danger when his opponent is taking a step because he's making all those weight transitions from so far out on the guard. Each time his opponent transitions his weight or gives him a different look, he needs to take a step forward and start closing the distance to really put the pressure on Stevenson. Otherwise, Stevenson's going to continue to fight at a slower pace than he is because he's not actually close enough to control him or to threaten his position when he's using all this energy. So it looks like Shakur Stevenson has the advantage. And I don't want to say it's just because of his reach advantage, but it's just that he's not getting close enough to really feint or threaten his opponent right now with this active guard. Oh, TC! I wish I could hear what they were saying. All right, round 2 starting. And starts. So Joet coming out, starting to use his lead hand now. And notice as he's transitioned his weight to his front foot, he's going to transition his weight from his front foot to his back foot as he shoots his jab, right? And that's what he looks to do. But notice as soon as he starts transitioning his weight to that front foot now, Stevenson starts using his lead hand to control him. And that's going to put Joet back behind the weight transition game and less in position to start landing his straight right hand without the ability to transition his weight to his front foot. And that's what Stevenson wants to do, is keep his Joet on the back foot to make his straight right hand more predictable. But he's doing a good job of keeping him there now and then getting him to open up and start landing his left hands to the body. And Stevenson doing a good job of feinting almost every time he takes a step and every time he takes a move. Showing a lot of craft right now. Again, controlling the lead hand there and understanding that he's only in danger when Gonzalez makes a full weight transition. Good counter from Stevenson. What? What is the referee saying right now? What a dummy. Yeah, it looks like Stevenson's waiting for that right hand from Gonzalez. He knows that he has control of the lead hand and that space, and that Gonzalez doesn't feel comfortable really throwing his lead hand right now. So he's kind of just waiting for him to transition his weight. So watch him lean on from his back foot to his front foot. That's when Stevenson's looking to counter right there. He missed it, but that's exactly what he's looking for right now. Control, control. I think Stevenson needs to do more feinting. I think he's waiting too much. He's gonna Gonzalez is gonna start using the space that he's opening up to start setting up some shots, and he might wind up catching Stevenson with the shot. Okay, good, Stevenson. Probe, control him. Control him, control. Kind of a weird round. I would have expected much more work from Stevenson, to be honest, seeing how he had so much control over his opponent. Was that good defense? Is that what you would call that? I don't know. That wasn't too bad. A strong neck make you knockout proof? I don't know. Not if you get caught relaxed, so I don't know. Having a strong jaw maybe also helps too. But you definitely want all those muscles to be pretty strong. You want your whole body to be pretty strong. That'll help you make you knockout proof. All right, so let's see what was my prediction. Of course, Stevenson's gonna knock him out soon. No, Gonzalez not really doing anything. He's just being controlled. But Gonzalez has the opportunity to set some punches up. But yeah, he's not really getting anything done. Nothing can make you knockout proof? Yeah, probably not, no. All right, Stevenson coming forward, putting the pressure on. Not really threatening a lot of positions, though. Does look like he's trying to time that jab when Gonzalez transfers his weight from his back foot to his front foot. Yeah, looks like Stevenson's just happy to kind of bait that right hand from Gonzalez because he has control of the lead foot. Because Gonzalez can't really throw his jab, and he's not really having any success with his left hook either. Because of the fact that he has no control of that space, The only real attack that he has to worry about, Shakur Stevenson, is the left hand, is the right hand of Gonzalez. And that makes it really easy and really predictable for him to defend himself and to offend his opponent. But I think Stevenson needs to be transferring his weight a little more and threatening and controlling Gonzalez a bit more. All right, so Stevenson not layering his jab right now and starting to get caught over the top by the left hook from Gonzalez. I don't think Gonzalez is going to get enough power into the shot, but it's starting to come. So Stevenson's starting to allow Gonzalez to be on the front foot, and that's a bad strategy for him. That's exactly where he does not want Gonzalez to be. Although it does look like he's baiting him in, so maybe he does want him there. I don't think so, but Gonzalez, in spite of looking like he's 30 pounds lighter than Stevenson, is doing a good job. Again, the active guard is making it very difficult right now for Stevenson to layer his attacks, and that makes it so much more comfortable for Stevenson to wait for Gonzalez to attack him first. But that active guard, that constant feinting and slipping, makes it very difficult for Stevenson to find his head. Great setup right there. Yeah, Stevenson's doing a lot of waiting right now. Not that he's going to fall behind on the cards, but not being as impressive as I think he should be, and showing that it's very difficult to fight a fighter who has a very active guard. Come on, Stevenson. Make some magic happen, bro. Oh, man, are they talking about Taylor versus Prograis right now? What are they saying? I think there's a festival outside my house right now. I'm not sure. Oh, there's a pumpkin patch around the corner. Man, that was a long break. That felt like a long break. Oh, they're fighting already. Okay. That makes sense. So here we go into round 4. 48, 47, 46, 45. Now, Stevenson's fighting off the back foot right now, which shows that he's looking to counter, but he's not really breaking the layers of Gonzalez's attack right now. That's going to mean that Gonzalez might be able to set some shots up. Although Gonzalez is getting stuck in his guard now, he's not doing a good job of moving and threatening Stevenson. All right, starting to move forward on the front foot, doing some good feints. But notice when he threw his feint there, Shakur Stevenson didn't fall for it. He knows he's not in a position where the jab is going to be able to threaten him because he's on the back foot and the jab is going to attack the front foot. So all he has to do is kind of sit back, control that lead hand from extending into him, and then wait for the counters. And that looks like where Stevenson is making most amount of his effort for his offense is waiting on the counters. I think Crawford smokes everyone. I agree. So, I'm glad that Bradley's saying that. Thank you, Bradley. Yeah, really high-speed chess battle here. Very good setup right there for the left shot right there. Control. Come on, Stevenson. Feint this guy. Land some shots, man. You're standing there too much. Yeah, I actually think this is a pretty good performance from Gonzalez. He's not landing any punches, so I guess you can't really say that it's a good performance, um, but he's not getting smoked. We're in round 4 right now. We got 30 seconds left in round 4. Canelo or Andrade? I don't know. I'd have to see Canelo fight a southpaw now. I don't know if he's gonna have the um, active guard or the control of the space that he needs to beat Andrade, or the craft to do it. Because he's only recently developed this craft against right-handed fighters, so I'm not sure if he'll have the same one for southpaws. So that could be a big problem for him, especially because Andrade's a big dude. So who knows? But yeah, Stevenson's not being very proactive right now. The Gonzalez, because Gonzalez is not using the lead hand control. No moral victory, bro. You know that? What? Me? Huh? Sans not. Stevenson's never proactive. I think he has been proactive before, but I think that that Gonzalez is doing a good job of using that active guard to stop Stevenson from knowing where his head is going to be. Notice the best shots that Stevenson has landed in the whole fight have been body shots, like they're highlighting right now. Right? It's the only place of him that he can find. So Gonzalez is doing a good job of using that active guard to constantly make Stevenson guess. But because of the fact that Gonzalez is not using his lead hand and he's not using his right hands to feint, he's not actually able to threaten the position because he's not even able to get close enough to attack Stevenson because Stevenson wants to fight him off the back foot. So, yeah, he needs to start using some real feints, not just the first layer of feint, because he's already made this threat and it hasn't worked against Stevenson. So now he needs to actually feint real punches, and not just use the active guard to be his initial layer. See, like right here, every time he transitions his weight, right, Stevenson is controlling him, control the lead hand, control the lead hand, control the lead hand, rather than slipping, right, moving off the line. The only problem with that is that Gonzalez might be able to walk him into a trap, but I don't think Gonzalez knows enough about the strategy of boxing to do that. Oh, it looked like he almost did right there. He almost touched gloves with him before he landed a right hand to the body, but missed both on the account of I don't know what. All right, so Gonzalez starting to look like he's landing some body shots now. He went to the body shot like a few minutes ago or a few moments ago, and then went to the body again after and wound up landing a good shot. Starting to step forward. And notice that Gonzalez knows when he's vulnerable, right? He's figured it out that he's vulnerable on that front foot when he transitions his weight. So every time he takes that step, he's taking these little slips to get around the shots from Shakur Stevenson. The only thing is, when he slips and when he does get away from the shots, he's not making Stevenson pay for any of them, right? Partly because of the fact that Stevenson's doing a lot of probing with his lead hand, but regardless, he's not combating that probing to start setting up his own shots as well, or to set up timings off of that probing and that lead hand control to stop Stevenson from having control of the space himself. All right, Stevenson looked like he's getting a little loose. We got 37 seconds left. Again, Stevenson being very reactive here. He is winning, but with an opponent who's so reactive, you would think that it would be easier to feint them out of position. And for some reason, Gonzalez just not throwing a lot of feints. He's committing to a lot of stuff. Push with the hook. No, not really. Although I don't throw a lot of combinations when I do spar. I usually throw, some feints and stuff, and then one punch, and then move off the line. I try to be very disciplined with my sparring work. Yeah, Stevenson's still looking for mostly counters. Not very proactive. Triple G has a Holyfield like skill of taking punches. Well, hopefully the next few rounds start to speed up a bit for Shakur Stevenson's sake. I think that, he's definitely winning, but it's not the superstar performance that you're really expecting. Stevenson doing a good job of feinting here, controlling his opponent. They family? Yeah. Trying to get his little bro some payday. Ooh, there you go. Gonzalez finally started setting up his right hand, feinting Stevenson into taking that step back and then landing that right hand. He's going light on his GF brother? Yeah. Ooh, oh, it was blocked. I thought it landed. But Gonzalez starting to get in there finally with his feints. Finally starting to find some openings. Even though that one was blocked. It's just taking him, 6 rounds. Gonzalez doing a good job of feinting and probing. Finally start to use his hands. Punches. He said he would try to take them on his forehead. Oh, yeah, I heard that too. That's fucking mean, man. You break somebody's hand. Now, I don't think Gonzalez is winning this round, but he's finally starting to use his hands to threaten Shakur Stevenson. Salim, savage, man. Stevenson kind of getting stuck on the line there for a long time. Stevenson has this idea in his head that he's a good inside fighter. He needs to let that go. Yeah. So Gonzalez finally starting to land some shots, but I think that Stevenson's just walking through them and starting to put the pressure on himself. Unfortunately, Stevenson's not doing the feinting and the probing that he needs to land the big shots. So it's not making the fight very exciting. What's very smart? Well, Canelo better hope, or Kovalev better hope. He better hope that power is really low. Because I don't know. I saw Canelo hitting the water bag, and he looked pretty good. Although Kovalev looked like smoking good too. It's a very boring fight. Yeah, it is. Like it's kind of like Gonzalez just kind of using his active guard and feinting a lot. But he doesn't know all the feints that he's creating, so he's not able to do anything with the information that he has, because he just doesn't understand what he's. It doesn't look like he knows what he's doing. It doesn't look like he knows how to use the feints and the probes to actually set shots up. It's taken him a really long time to start to get in position to land some. Yeah, he's not. He's not. But he's not being in punching range very often himself either, unfortunately. He is getting first contact, but because Gonzalez isn't slipping his way into the shots or into the range as often as he is just regular slipping, he's just not getting any work done. Although that last exchange was pretty good for him. Going into round 7, guys, we're at 2:30 now. Nice slip there. If I trained Gonzalez, would he win? I don't know. Stevenson's a good fighter. I think Stevenson's a better fighter than he's showing right now, but I don't know. Stevenson's winning. He's winning basically every round. But most of the data would suggest that Gonzalez could win if he really knew what he was doing. He's got a very good style, good active guard, but he's also just half the size of Stevenson. Yeah, I don't know. Well, the active guard from Gonzalez, the constant moving around and all that stuff, all that moving around, if you take that time that Stevenson is not punching and you remove that from the time clock, it basically means that the fight is actually, instead of being 7 rounds, might be 2 rounds or 3 rounds because there's so much of the fight that is just not actually taking place, right? There's not an opportunity for Stevenson to be threatening Gonzalez, so the fight winds up actually being very much shorter in that regard. Even though the time's still passing by, there's just not as much time for Stevenson to land punches because of the active guard, because of the constant changes in angles and head slots. I hope that makes sense, right? But great feinting from him. It's just that he's not able to get any work done. But this kid actually looks like he's pretty legit. But also, half Stevenson's size. I guess if that guy was talking shit in media about having sex with my sister, I might want to kick his ass too. Overrated. That's basically it. Overrated. So I've seen McGirt train people before, and there have been times where I've been really unhappy with some of the things that he said in the corner and stuff, but I really like what he's been doing with Kovalev. And it's very hard. To be honest, guys, coaching is fucking hard, you guys. It's fucking hard. Because you might have a guy who can do everything. You might have a guy who can do everything, but if you don't know how to talk to them about what they're doing, right? Like if you use different words for probing, right? If you talk about boxing different, right? Like if you learn things in a different way, like people have let's see, what's that called? Eleider Alvarez used it as a technique against what's his name? Kovalev, where you shoot the jab to the body and you go overhand right. But that technique has a name. Like it's a trademark name for something, Now, if you call that one thing and the fighter calls it another thing, then there's going to be miscommunication there. So you might have a great fighter, but if you don't know how to communicate the things that you want to communicate to them, then they're going to have a very, very difficult time executing the types of strategies that you want them to incorporate in their fight. My definition of a probe is the action that you take before you land a punch. So if you feint, and now you're when you shoot the jab and your opponent slips to the outside from the jab, right? Now the next time you go in, you're going to probe. You're going to go stick your hand out there, prepare for a full weight transition because you're going to feint. then they're going to slip to the outside, and you're going to walk into a right hand. That's a probe. It's when you use the information real time to make an action. No, Devin Haney's not better than Stevenson. Stevenson will kill that kid. This guy Gonzalez, he's not like a name fighter, but he's presenting a lot of problems. He's very, very difficult to fight. He's slipping. He's shooting a lot of shots to the body. He's doing a good job. He's like a poor man's Canelo right now, you know? But he's half the size of Stevenson. He has like no chance. You know, he's not good enough to really take advantage of the skill difference between them, or like the seemingly skill difference, you know, the style difference right now. Yeah, I actually kind of agree with Daniel Moretti here. But again, coaching is very hard. It's very hard. It's hard to communicate all the ideas that you have in your head about being a good fighter, or about what it takes to be a good fighter, to someone else who thinks that maybe something else is the most important thing, you know? So it's just really hard. Training is really hard. Stevenson gets the best of him sparring? Yeah, I would agree. Shakur versus Gary Russell Jr. They shouldn't fight right now. That'd be a bad fight. I think Gary Russell might school him for a little while. Yeah, I don't think that would be a good fight for Stevenson. In the future, I think I would give the edge to Stevenson for sure. But I think I would give it to Gary Russell at the moment. Gary Russell's getting pretty seasoned. Why is the check hook a good punch if mechanics of it doesn't allow you to have a good weight transition? The check hook. So, like, to be honest, I don't know how to explain, like, I don't know, like, what your definition of a check hook is, but it's going to be, the check hook is going to be, it's basically going to be a slip to the inside and then a left hook. So it does have good body mechanics. It's just that people don't always throw it when their opponent's head is in the correct space. You want to throw the hook when your opponent's head is in the front foot, right? Because that's what's going to allow you to throw that shot and then bring it back to your back foot. Yes, yeah. But if you notice, Ricky Hatton was coming in with the right hand, right? So he's coming in this way, putting his weight from his back foot to his front foot. And Mayweather is slipping to the front foot and then throwing the hook to the back foot. It's probably the most perfect check hook that you could throw, right? But it has the positioning. But the problem is that people don't always transition their weight from the front foot to the back foot. They just throw the shot and don't transition their weight. So it is a very, very mechanically inclined punch, but you got to do it. You got to do it the right way. No, not a good athlete. You just got to understand the mechanics correctly. Because to be honest, anybody can throw any punch with a lot of power. How long ago was that video? Which video? Only person getting knocked out in this fight might be me? Yeah, bro. Seriously? If I would have known that it was going to be this boring. And it's not boring. You know, Gonzalez is doing a good job. He's threatening a lot of positions. But Stevenson, you know, just has too much control. Devin is way much better than who? Savage, man. Savage. So yeah, Gonzalez doing a good job of getting him out of position here. You know, to be honest, this is probably a great fight actually for Stevenson to have, because we know he's way up on the cards, and this is going to be a good experience for him to have fought somebody who threatens so many positions, who feints and gives so many different looks, that Shakur Stevenson really had to figure some things out. Even though I'm not sure he's even winning these parts of the rounds. Because Gonzalez is finally starting to catch up to him. But Stevenson, for some reason, doesn't want to control the space. It's like he wants Gonzalez to be able to open up on him so he can counter. But unfortunately for him, that's the same problem that Teofimo Lopez had against that Japanese guy. So maybe if he was fighting a better guy. I see what you're saying, Martin. Yeah, anytime you throw a punch and you actually want it to land, you want to transition your weight. If you don't care about it landing, right, if that's not the goal, if the goal is to just move off the line, then you don't have to transition your weight. You can keep it there, just tap, control, and then push off, right? So you could throw that hook and then push off to transition your weight rather than using your body mechanics to transition your weight. You can use their weight to create a counterbalance. Oh, the ball and the front of the foot are the same thing, bro. And that would be on your heel. So you would throw the left hook and you would put your weight on your heel, on your back foot. Do you think the ball of your foot is the heel? That's fascinating because I always thought the ball of your foot was your big toe, basically, on that pad where the joints are for the knuckles of your feet. That's the ball of your foot. Yeah, I heard that Stevenson and them, the ball of your foot, wait, what? The ball of your foot is the front part. Yeah, the ball of your foot is the front part, the padded part. And it's not just the big toe, right? It's the whole foot. Or the whole front of the foot. But when you throw that hook, you're on your front foot here, you're going to be on your toes, and on your back foot, you're going to be on your heel. So it's going to go wham, like this. So from your heel on the front foot to your, like this, boom, you turn your heel. But that's only if you want to land the shot, right? Because you want to get maximum power into any punch that you risk enough putting your transition. You can throw a jumping check hook as you pivot and transition your weight too. Yeah. Oh man, Gonzalez only won one round so far. Data entry typing. I guess I have pretty quick typing. I don't actually know if I do very much data. Jumping rope. Man, so I have some really fascinating ideas on jumping rope. But number one, it's in line with one of the most common boxing exercises, and that's the punch, right? So if you turn your shot over from here, pop, right? Pop, right? But you're jumping rope, it's the same motion. Boom, 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 boom. You're just going in a circle, right? But it's also responsible for so there's anterior and posterior muscles. So your posterior muscles, kind of, are the ones going forward into the motion of your punch, and the anterior motions of those ones are the ones that bring them back, right? But they're also going to be the ones that are responsible for holding you in your guard, right? Because you pull back to be in your guard, right? Or you have your hands up here, and then you extend out to punch, right? Boom, boom, boom. But also the jumping rope, if you watch Mike Tyson, he uses his jumping rope in a different fashion. A lot of people thrust forward every time they shoot their shot, but if you hold the handles still like this, instead of going like this, you're going to be pulling back like this, and the rope is going to be flying around you. And then you'll do your weight transitions like this, and there'll be punches like that, right? Like you're crossing your weight from your front foot to your back foot, boom, boom, boom. But instead, during the other motions when you're not crossing, you'll basically just be pulling your hands apart, and the rope will be flying around you. If you watch Mike Tyson do it, it's phenomenal. But it'll give you that same ability to build muscle for your anterior punch punch technique, or the anterior version of your actual punch, right? Instead of the forward, the reverse motion. If that makes any sense. But yeah, it's a great exercise. Actually, one of the things that I recently just got, I got a full rubber medicine ball. Full rubber medicine ball, so I can simulate punching by bouncing it on the ground, because it's the same motion, right? Bop, bop, boom, boom. That's kind of just what you want to have for your motion. Yeah, man. Errol Spence, I can't believe it. He doesn't even use the speed bag. Can you believe that, you guys? Oh my God. Anyway, back to the Stevenson fight. Jumping into round. Pac-Man uses the medicine ball. Everyone should use medicine balls. Everyone. Such a fantastic... Man, I guess everyone should just be doing every kind of workout, to be honest. It's so great. But anyway, next round starting. I think it might be the last round. No, round 11. 253, 252, 251, 50, 49. So... Again, Gonzalez is still the one going forward, and it looks like Shakur Stevenson has given up controlling him on the front foot. A little bit right there with the lead hand to try to slow him down and block his weight transitions. But Gonzalez is still able to find ways to slip and get around that lead hand from Stevenson, and Stevenson not feeling super inclined to throw it. It does look like he's starting to use some feints to try to walk him into a 1-2. But again, Stevenson's still having a very hard time landing punches to the head against Gonzalez. So I'm really surprised, to be honest, and really impressed with Gonzalez. This guy's really fighting hard for his sister. No offense, bro. I know that that's taking a shot at you. And you're doing a really good job, but it's funny, man. You don't want all the weight. You don't want all the weight to be... Yeah, you don't want to be thrusting off really hard. You want to, when you practice, just transfer softening into your weight, right? Just rolling into it. Yeah, so I agree with that. And then as you roll, right? Boom, 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 boom. Later on, when you get really good at that, transitioning your weight, tap, 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 tap. You're going to turn that into punches as well. Tap, 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 tap. Boom, 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 boom. And you can go back and forth and have any amount of punches on that line as you want, right? So you don't just have like one right hand where you're like, hoo, hoo, hoo. You have this right hand, and 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 this right hand. And you can punch a right hand, boom, 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 or a left hand anywhere on that line. Boom, bam, bam, with full power. But you want to slowly roll into those shots. Boom. Psh. Yeah, so I agree. I agree with him. Shakur needs to be more proactive. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying he's letting this kind of being a boring fight, Mr. Gaines. And Stevenson needs to do a little bit more work. Right now, Stevenson is fighting a very passive fight. He's fighting like he's on the 12th round against the heavy bag, and he's just kind of like, rather than feinting and controlling his opponent by threatening him. Notice Stevenson hasn't been using any straight left hand feints. Every time he throws his left hand, it's a real punch, which is very bad for him in the long run. Fortunately for him, Gonzalez hasn't been able to make him pay for that. But yeah, he's not looking great right now. No. But that's Gonzalez controlling him, actually. No, I think this is going to be an anomaly type fight. Unless, the boxing world stays lit on fire like this and everyone continues to have like a super active guard, right? But this is new in boxing. This hasn't been the mainstay in a long time in boxing. So Who knows? Who knows what his next opponent is going to look like? If it's going to be someone with as active of a guard, But to be fair to Stevenson in that regard, he does do a decent job. Devin will not beat him. Devin is way too reactive. But I don't know. Actually, I'd have to see Devin fight a southpaw to make sure, because I don't know. I don't know how Devin Haney fights southpaws right now. He just doesn't have enough fights for me to really do film study on him against good opponents. But I don't know. So 12th round coming out. Stevenson still on the back foot. And to be honest, this is a good performance from his opponent. His opponent, this is an amazing performance from his opponent. He's showing that it doesn't matter if you're bigger or you're stronger or you're, whatever. You have an active guard. You fight within the rules of boxing by setting up your shots and giving your opponent different looks. You're gonna stay there. Stevenson doesn't take it serious like Devin does. That could be. But in spite of the fact that Gonzalez has won hardly any rounds, he's still doing a pretty good job of staying in the fight with Stevenson, simply by having an active guard, not just allowing Stevenson to know where his head is all the time. I'm not sure what that means, Oogie Boogie. I've never had a problem like that, so... Gonzalez should have fought the way he is fighting right now. Yeah. He really picked it up at the end. No, I haven't ever felt that, Oogie. That's interesting. Maybe take a break, do some strength and conditioning exercises. Try some swimming or something. To try to build up like some strength throughout your whole core. And your whole body. Kind of figure out where the weak parts are. Maybe there's something going on like that. Maybe you're not strong enough to be doing some of the motions that you're doing. I don't know. But I agree. Gonzalez has really come into his own with the feinting and the slipping and getting around the attacks of Stevenson. Go to the doctor? Yeah, don't listen to the guy on YouTube, bro. Go to the doctor. Oh, some good stretching. Yeah. Yeah, to be honest, I think the first few rounds of the fight were pretty good for Stevenson, but he just never picked it up. He never started using the information that he was getting from his opponent. I still think that. That's a tough one. I think Teofimo right now is the most developed. I think he's the most developed, but I think I don't know. Yeah, I think it's Teofimo, Stevenson, and then Haney. Tyson's great. Tyson's fantastic. All right, that's the fight. I don't know why Stevenson's screaming. He kind of got dictated to for the last 6 rounds, even though he was winning all of them. I'll be right back, guys. Let me use the restroom real quick. All right. Ooh. Teofimo knocks Shakur out. I think right now, yeah. I don't think they should fight each other right now. Teofimo has a hard fight. Yeah, Comey's a good fighter, man. That guy's legit. Fury Wilder too. I'm going with Wilder. I think that boxing is kind of, people are figuring things out really quickly. And I think that Wilder might have the advantage. The fact that Wilder was able to find that timing to land that big 2-3 in the end of the fight really impressed me. And I think that if he can remember how he did that, he has a really good chance. Fury, I guess he did look not the greatest in his last fight. Possibly said he hates fighting taller people. If this fool would have accepted Shakur, he would have been a way better fighter. Who? What? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, if this fool had accepted Shakur, he would have been a way better fighter. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Oh, my God. So he's racist? Oh, that sucks. Yeah, Wilder has the equalizer to get past Ortiz. Oh, yeah. He's got a tough fight, man. He's got a really tough fight with Ortiz. Ortiz is a very good fighter, man. Tank right now? Yeah, Tank would beat Shakur Stevenson. Stevenson, you know, Tank's a real dude, man. That guy's he's a tough fighter, man. That's a real fighter. So I'm actually really looking forward to his fight against Gamboa. I am a massive Gamboa fan. I know he's like all flash and stuff, but yeah. Fury isn't in boxing anymore. He wants to be a WWE star. Maybe. Mr. Panch Wet Shaving, I'm banning you from my channel right now, okay? Please don't come back ever again. Nobody beats Loma, okay? No, I'm just kidding. You really think Tank beats him? I don't know. I don't see it. I think you got to land more than one shot on Loma, and that's really hard to do. Excuse me, guys. Brian Castano. Oh, that Cuban juice? That Cuban muscle juice? I don't know. I've heard of Brian Castano before. Brian Castano. But I don't remember who he is. Alright, undefeated, 11 KOs. Oh, split decision with Lara. I'll have to watch that. That's interesting. Or a draw with Lara. Yeah, I don't know. I know I've Googled him before. He doesn't have anybody that I'm seeing on his record. It's like, oh man, he beat that guy. That's cool. But a draw with Lara is no joke. Farmer beats Tank? What? Oh man. Farmer is going to get freaking knocked out. Tank is too good on the inside to be having a problem with Tevin Farmer. Actually, I want to hear what he has to say, so I'm going to...
I want Josh Warrington. Hey, Warrington, we don't got no dates. It's me and you. I'm a champion, you a champion. You said you wasn't going to fight me unless I got a title. I got a title now. Let's work. Get it.
Okay.
I want to be unified in 14 fights.
A few weeks ago when we spoke, you had a message you wanted to send to the Gonzalez family. What is that?
I just want to tell them.
Yeah, 119, 109 probably.
Business, like they wanted to fight me. I ain't really want to fight them. But can y'all please talk to y'all daughter? That's all I got to say. Please talk to your daughter and your sister. That's it.
How much longer you got in this division?
Hey, Jahida, I love you.
Bernardo?
Thank you very much. So, Joet Gonzalez and his family left the ring. Shakur Stevenson, I think, with the most poignant point of the night.
Absolutely.
Please talk to your daughter. Please talk to your sister. And he's being checked out by the doctor.
Huh? So, not a great fight, guys. Not the greatest fight. I think right now that Warrington probably beats Shakur Stevenson right now. I don't think that he should look for that fight. I don't think that's a good fight for him. Yeah, he says he wants Josh Warrington. Josh Warrington is not a great fighter. He's like a workhorse. I think that I would have picked Carl Frampton to beat him. I would pick Carl Frampton to beat him in a rematch. But I really think that guy was controlling him. I think that Gonzalez was able to feint and control Stevenson enough to stop him from setting up his big shots for most of the fight. And I think that Josh Warrington would do. I think Josh Warrington would do something really similar to. I think Josh Warrington would do something really similar to Shakur Stevenson. I think that would be a bad fight for him. They robbed Barry versus Warrington? Huh? Carl, you mean? Carl Frampton? No, I don't think... I think Carl Frampton lost the fight, but I would pick him to win. Every time. Yeah, I don't know. Weird. Anyway, what do you guys think of the fight? Kid Galahad? Oh, man, they are wrecking that guy. Hey, hit the like button. Yeah. Kid Galahad is getting wrecked in his fights by the officiating. Telling him that he can't feint and probe and stuff. That shit kills me, man. Really bothers me. Gonzalez, he wasn't able to make Shakur Stevenson go first. That was his problem. So he was doing all the right stuff on the outside, the feinting, this and that, giving the different looks. But every time he would come through, after he would do all this stuff, he would commit to his attacks, right? So what he wanted to do was transition his weight halfway, right? Shoot a shot, boom, and then get Shakur Stevenson, because he knew Shakur Stevenson was looking to counter him with the left hand. Get Shakur Stevenson to throw that left hand to the body, right, down this avenue, or the head over the top, right? And then when he baits that shot, come back with his own left hook, right? Maybe set up the left hook there, or use the jab to do the same thing, right? Control, 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 and then fake a left hook, right? And then get Shakur Stevenson to throw a shot so he can come over the top with his right hand. But the kid wasn't using the feints and the probes to get Stevenson out of position first, right? So he would commit to his first attack in spite of the fact that he had control of the space between him and his opponent. Yeah, that's true. No, not as important. Not as important. You still want to use them because you're going to threaten. You can still only go through the same amount of positions, right? But what you have to do is choose the position that you want your opponent in, right? Because if Shakur Stevenson is already on the back foot, that means he's already in line for your right hand. So all you have to do is pin his head down, right? So what Gonzalez wants to do, if he's going to use his lead hand to do it, he wants to continue to control Stevenson by using the probe, right? Continue to force Stevenson's head back. So Stevenson back on the back foot like this. If Stevenson's on the back foot like this, how's his hands? Like this, and he's looking to get that control, right, going this way. What Gonzalez wants to do is keep using his lead hand in this zone, right, to threaten Shakur Stevenson into keeping his head on the back foot even farther, right? Which is what Stevenson was actually doing to him when he would control him with the lead hand and then force him to attack with the straight right, right? They basically both want to do the same thing, is control the lead hand position right here. So if they're both fighting right here, the right hook is going to be the main weapon of choice, right? Because they're both on the front foot, and that's also why you use the jab so much. But the jab winds up being relegated to controlling the lead hand because your hands and your shoulders are in the same position, which means that you're attacking the same position as well, which means your hands are getting in the way as well. So it's this whole counterbalance. But what you want to do, feint, 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 and then in order to get control of this space, you use the right hook to open it up. So when the right hook comes, your opponent wants to slip and get away from it and slip this way. So after you maintain control of that space, you need to instantly occupy the space that their head would go to if it were to go back on the front foot, right? So you feint them, you get them to slip. Now you need to control this space right here. You need to control the lead hand so they don't reshift their weight to the front foot and throw a straight left hand, right? In Shakur Stevenson's idea. But you have Gonzalez, what he wants to do is continue controlling the head and keep that head in this slot so he can stop Shakur Stevenson from transferring his weight back to this zone, and he can only transfer it this way, that way, off the back foot, right? So you continue pressing, and that's why you take lead foot dominance. It's because you want to pin this shoulder and get close enough to land your straight left hand or your straight right hand. But Gonzalez was committing to his attacks from too far out. So he would shoot that shot, and Stevenson would easily be able to take a shot back and come back with his own counter. So anyway, what Gonzalez wants to do is control his head and feint him to get him to keep his weight at this position where his head is over his back foot, and now he only has two positions that he can transition his weight. Fully back into this direction, which is in a line that he's controlling on the front foot, or shooting out this position. So after he has control and he can keep and pin his head down, right, with the feints, boom, 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 he wants to transition his weight this way while controlling him into a straight right hand. So it's like this weird battle. I don't know. Did that make any sense? That's an easy fight, or Shakur, make it easy. I don't think that was an easy fight for Stevenson. I think that there was a lot of stuff that Gonzalez did well, but neither one of them were really using their boxing knowledge, you know, to like set shots up. It was kind of like they were just going through the motions. He was doing it off of timings, but he was doing it also off of well, he was using feints to the body, so he would feint up top and then shoot the left hand to the body. But to be honest, I didn't see a lot of punches landing. How to defend the body? Punch him in the head, man. Keep a tight guard. So, like, it depends, you know. Which attack in particular to the body are you having a problem with, right? If it's a left hook to the body, there's only a few ways that your opponent can get into position to land a left hook to the body, and that's around your right hand, right? So if they're throwing the left hook to the body, you probably want to bait them into throwing that shot. So you're going to shoot a right hand, they're going to slip this way and put their head here on the... Oh, man. Halloween tonight. Put their head this way in position to land the left hook to the body, but when you shoot that shot, you're going to turn into your own left hook, right? So you want to set the shots up for them. Set the shots up for them to walk them into other counters. Joet crying in the post fight. I mean, Joet fought his freaking heart out, yo. So I don't know. He should be a little bit disappointed because I think that, you know, if his boxing IQ was a little higher, he might have been able to make that fight really competitive. Fighting with the hands down, man, you better be confident. You better understand positioning. You better understand how to tell what position your opponent's in, what attack they're likely to use next, and how you control their jab and their setup punches from each of those positions. Yeah. Otherwise, if you don't know all that stuff, if you're not literally an expert, eventually you're going to get caught slipping and someone's going to make you pay. Just ask Prince Naseem Hamed. That was probably his biggest problem. Because Naseem Hamed is a fantastic fighter. Amazing power, great reflexes, good speed. Great feinting, great probing, great like active guard, right? Super unpredictable, power in both hands, but he just didn't understand positioning. He just didn't understand what it was that where his opponent was going to be. You know, he didn't. Let me see. He didn't fight out of traditional boxing positions, right? He fought out of a lot of different pivots, a lot of different angles. And that's the reason why he didn't understand what positions his opponents were likely going to be. Or what position his opponent was going to be in. So he didn't understand that he could exploit that, right? So like one of the keys to doing anything really well or doing anything better than anyone else is having a deeper grasp of the rules that those tasks are performed. So if you know the rules better than your opponent, you'll find the holes in the rules that are most easily taken advantage of or exploitable. So that's very, very important. And that's the one frame that Prince Naseem Hamed didn't have. He just didn't understand anything about positioning or where his opponent's positions were going to, what positions his opponents were going to be in when he would feint certain positions. And that would put him just a little bit farther behind in the fight, and exponentially farther behind in the fight as the fight would go on, as his positions became more apparent to his opponents, while he was never able to really pick that up, unless they had some really particular positions that they would put themselves in. And pivoting when they're trying to run you down on a full workshop. Yeah, I got some cool stuff, man. It's going to be really interesting. Thank you, man. Thank you. Well, that's going to be it for tonight, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream and the random boxing talk at the end. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll be doing these for most of the big boxing fights. So if you guys like the commentary, I'll be working on it, trying to make it better, trying to spend more time talking about the fights even when I get bored. But yeah, anyway, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And hit me up on Patreon if you enjoyed the content. Naseem Hamed was the first ever truly ambidextrous fighter, in my opinion. Yeah, he could. He was really good. Really good. First ever truly ambidextrous. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah, fantastic power. Yeah. I actually really want to do some videos on Naseem Hamed. I'm a big fan of him. So, anyway, thanks, guys. Hagler was good. Yeah, Hagler was good. I don't know if he had the power in both hands that Hamed did, though. So I think that's where he's saying truly ambidextrous, because obviously right-handed, or obviously what's his name is the standard. But I think Crawford has power in both hands too. So I think in that regard he's ambidextrous, but not the first ever like Naseem Hamed might be. Although there have been plenty of people who have been. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys coming by and watching the stuff with me. Yeah, have a good night. And I might be working on a Canelo Kovalev video. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Yeah, Hamed did fight cans mostly. And then he fought Barrera and didn't do super well. But if he understood positioning a little better, he could have been an all-time great. He was just phenomenal physical talent. And great boxing IQ. He just didn't conform to the rules enough to understand that his opponents would conform to those rules. So, anyway, like, comment, and subscribe, and all that stuff, man. Yeah, the Taylor fight was crazy, man. I had Prograis winning, but, a lot of people have been saying Taylor won that fight. So, actually, if I didn't have to go to bed, I have work tomorrow. I have a long day tomorrow, but I got work tomorrow and a lot of stuff to do. But I'll probably be watching that fight. I'm really interested to rewatch it and see, because I thought Prograis did enough, man. I had him edging the first 4 or 5 rounds off of the body shots. So, I don't know.